Hi, everybody. I'm here with Scott Francis from Thaddeus Stevens College of Technology, and he's going to tell you a little bit about the school.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Scott Francis. I'm with Thaddeus Stevens College. I'm a recruiter here. Appreciate the opportunity to come in, talk to you about our school, hopefully answer any questions that you might have. This is going to be a general overview of our college, what we look for, how to apply, things like that. If you would have specific questions about any particular major, I would urge you to go to our website, which is stevenscollege.edu. Go under academics, and all the majors will be there. You can open up any particular program that you're interested in. A little 5-minute video will come up talking about that program. It'll let you know what the gen eds would be for that program, what the academics would be for that program. So if you have specific questions about any particular major, I would urge you to do that. Again, we're located in Lancaster. We're basically right on Old Route 30. We are a little bit east of town. We're not right in the city. We're just a little bit east of it, a few miles south of the Turnpike. We're the only 2-year state-owned residential technical college in Pennsylvania. We are state-owned and operated by the state of Pennsylvania. A lot of people don't realize that, but we are a state school. It's a residential college, meaning we have dorms. You can live here on campus. You don't have to, but we do have dorms available. On our main campus, which is where I am right now, we have 5 dorms, 4 men's dorms, and 1 ladies' dorm. And we also have about a quarter of a mile from here, we have another branch there, and we have dorm space available there, and that's co-ed dorms there. It's a technical college, all hands-on type of degrees, all 2-year degrees. We're starting to add a few more every year. We have a few more computer-based programs, but most of them are the old hands-on type of trades that we've been teaching here since 1905. So that's a little rundown of what the college is and what we are. Again, all associate degrees, which is a 2-year degree. Anytime you get the type of associate degree that we offer, you still have to take your academics, like your math, English, science, social studies, things like that. At Stevens, your academics are going to be geared towards whatever your major is, especially in math. So for an example, if you come in as say a plumbing major, your academics would differ than if you were coming in under one of our engineering programs, again, especially in the math portion of it. But you still do have to take academics. You apply online, stevenscollege.edu, and I'm going to get into a little PowerPoint here shortly, and there'll be more information that I'll go through on that. But you apply online. You really cannot apply until the summer between your junior and senior year. For you underclassmen, any seniors, you can apply now. Matter of fact, I would urge you to apply now. We would need your high school transcripts sent in. And that'll get the ball rolling. After you apply, you would get an email back from us saying that we received your application, and the email would direct you to our portal, and the portal will kind of walk you through what the next step would be, which would be have your transcripts sent in, okay? Again, if you're a senior and if you are interested, it's kind of good news, bad news. The good news is we have very small classes. Most of our programs, we only take in 25. You really need that for the types of hands-on that we offer here. But the bad news is because of small classes, they fill up very quickly. So again, if you're a senior and if you're interested, I get your applications in right away. And again, that's done online, stevenscollege.edu. I'm going to go to my PowerPoint here, and I'm hoping that it will come up for me. There it is. Hopefully everybody can see that okay. We have about 1,300 students. About half live on campus, half live off. Again, we do have dorms available. You don't have to live on campus. Might be a little too far to commute for a lot of people. 2-year associate degree is what we offer. It's called an associate degree of applied science. We have 5 campuses here in Lancaster, all within just a few miles of each other. East King Street, that's where I am right now. That's our main campus. What happened was we just got too big. We have a small footprint here on our main campus, so we had to branch out and go to different areas around town. Again, they're all very close to us. East Orange Street is about a half a mile away from here. We do have some majors out there, some programs there, and that is where the other dorm is located, the co-ed dorm. Greenfield Center is about 5 miles from here. And we do have some majors located out there. Before I go any further, I want to mention that anybody can have a car on campus, and we also have a shuttle that rotates all day, every day between all of our 5 locations here. So if you don't have a car, it's not a problem. We do have shuttles that rotate all day around there. Again, Greenfield, about 5 miles from here. Griner Center for Advanced Manufacturing is a brand new building. It's about a quarter of a mile right down the road from our main campus. Many students just walk back and forth. Transportation Center is being built as we speak. That's going to be also out in Greenfield. That'll be ready by the fall of 21. So if you're a senior, and if you're applying, that will be ready by next fall. And we're going to have out at that transportation center, auto tech, auto repair, and we're going to start up a new program, which is diesel. So we will have those 3 programs there at the transportation center. That's all of our majors. Again, they're all associate degrees. I won't read them off. You can take a look at those. I should probably make that printing a little larger, but hopefully you can read those. Again, these are all the associate degrees that we have, which is a 2-year degree. And also we continue to add just a few more computer-based programs as we grow here in size. So I'll give you a little time just to look at that. We do have some certificate programs, which is a 1-year program. When I speak to students, I urge them to go with an associate degree, just come 1 more year and get an associate degree. Certificate programs, number 1, when you start with the company that hires you, you're going to start at a lower level and with less money. So I urge our students to, if they can, at least to go with the associate degree, which is the 2-year certificate programs and 1-year program. But we do have those available. The average day here, your freshman year, your first year, you'll have academics in the morning. You'll have time for lunch. And then in the afternoon, you would have whatever your major is. Now the major is going to be a block schedule. For those of you familiar with the block schedule, here it's going to be ballpark from around noon to 4:30, and that varies, from day to day. But I usually tell students it's going to be around from noon to 4:30. That's a block schedule. Okay, it's a regular college schedule, Monday through Friday. We do have some evening programs. And that kind of varies from year to year, but you may have some evening programs, but 99% of your classes will be during the day. Now your second year, what we do is we flip-flop that, and you'll have your major in the morning, you'll have lunch, and then academics in the afternoon. Many times your second year, you'll have most of your academics already taken care of. So you'll have a lot of free time in the afternoon. Some of our students, will get part-time jobs either here on campus or off campus, or just take the time off themselves, do a little studying, or just relax a little bit. But that's what the average day is going to look like your first year and second year. And again, regular college schedule, summer's off, Easter break, Christmas break, all that stuff, similar to a high school schedule. We do have intercollegiate athletics, which is hard to find at a two-year school, especially a two-year trade school. For the guys, we have football, basketball, cross-country, track and field, and wrestling. For the females, we have track and field and cross-country. So for those that might be playing at the high school level, and if you feel you can compete at the college level, we do have those available. Really, anything that you'd find at a four-year school, we have it here at Stevens in a two-year school. It's a four-year atmosphere in a two-year setting. Again, we have athletic programs, we got groups, clubs, activities, student union building, dining hall, field house, library. Anything you find at a four-year school, we have it here at Stevens. It's a true college experience. These are some of the clubs and groups that we have. These change and get added to every year. A lot of freshmen will come in, they'll find other people that have similar interests in what they have, and they'll just start up a new club, a new group. So this is added to every day. So again, it helps to get involved when you're here at school to make it a true experience. Life after Stevens, we jam a lot into this two-year time frame. When you leave here, you'll be ready to hit the ground running in whatever your field is. We have a large industry connection here in Lancaster and the surrounding counties. Many times you'll have employers come into your class, talk to you about their company, what they look for, what their hiring is, what the pay is. Again, what they look for in the kind of student that they want to hire. So we do a lot to help our students get work. We do have articulation agreements for those students that go to a CTC. This is very important in terms of transferable credits. We are Middle States accredited, meaning that our credits, you can transfer credits in and transfer credits out. Some students opt to go to a like community college, maybe for a year, right out of high school, take some academics. Those credits would transfer into Thaddeus Stevens. Anything C and above would transfer into Thaddeus Stevens. And also our credits here will transfer out. We have students that come here, they do well academically, they like college, so they want to transfer out to a four-year school and get a bachelor's degree. Our credits would transfer out, the academics would transfer out, again, C and above. So if you're looking at other colleges, especially like a for-profit college, make certain that they're fully accredited with Middle States. Okay, I think that's very important. Life after Stevens, our placement rate, job placement rate is, right now it's about 98%. It's very high. It's one of the highest in the state and also one of the highest in the country. It's a very high placement rate, job placement rate. We have on average about 7 jobs per student when they graduate that's available for them. Okay, so you're all but guaranteed a job coming out of here, and we do everything that we can to help get you a job. Yearly career fair, which we have any year that's not like this, with the virus. We are going to have a career fair, but it's going to be virtual. But any other year in the spring, We open up our field house. We have about 250 employers come in. We set up a little table, talk to our students, and many of our students are hired even before they graduate. So we do, again, anything we can to help our students get a job. All right, some nuts and bolts. Our tuition is $8,400 a year. Might seem high to some high school students, but it's very affordable. If you live on campus and get a 7-day meal plan, your total cost is a little over $18,000 a year. So again, if you're looking at other colleges, make certain that you look at apples and apples, especially the cost of attending that college. Making college affordable. There's a form, and for any seniors that might be familiar with the FAFSA form, that's a free application for federal student aid. Basically, it's a federal form that your parents or guardians fill out, and it'll let colleges know if you qualify for any amount of a grant, a Pell Grant, P-E-L-L grant. It's not a loan, does not have to be repaid, it's a grant. At Stevens, any student that qualifies for a Pell Grant, we make up the difference between what you get in that Pell Grant and what you may get in any federal aid and student and state aid. We make up the difference between what you get and what our costs are, and we pay that. And I'll get into that a little bit in the next slide. But here at Stevens, the average student debt is about $8,500, which again might seem a bit high for a high school student, but it's very, very affordable. I mean, it's you know, you have people that have 5 times that, 6 times that for their loans. Okay, Stevens Grant, again, any student eligible for a Pell Grant, we give you the Stevens Grant. And what it does, it makes up the difference between what you're getting the Pell Grant, and we pay for the tuition, room and board, textbooks, and tools. And about over half of our students here receive the Stevens Grant. Good thing about this, for tools alone, when you graduate, you get to keep your tools. So depending on what major you go into, that can be worth a lot of money right there. So if you don't remember anything else basically from this presentation, remember that if you're on free reduced lunch, if you come from a large family like I did, poor family, you're told from the get-go that you can't afford college. About half our students come from that situation and come here basically free, get a free education, all but guaranteed a job, excellent paying job. Types of enrollment, what we're talking about here is a traditional enrollment. You come here after your senior year, and you come here as a freshman. We do have, for local schools here in Lancaster, we do have early enrollment and dual enrollment available. But what we're talking about here is the traditional enrollment. All right, we look for at least a 2.0. You really shouldn't apply if your GPA is below a 2.0. Some of our programs we look for a little bit higher, especially in math. The SATs are optional. If you've taken them or plan to take them, we look for math of 530 and above, reading and writing of 480 and above. Again, but it's optional. For those students that did not or are not going to take the SAT, they would be taking our entrance test, which is reading, writing, and math. Or for those students that took the SATs and fell below the benchmarks here, they would take our entrance exam also. We can do that exam, it's free, it's done online. We can do that either at your home, or we can do it there at the school, just whatever's the best situation for you to take it. You apply online, stevenscollege.edu. There is a $45 application fee. We can waive that. If you're on free reduced lunch, we can waive that. When you apply online, there's a little form you can print out. It can be signed there in the guidance office, and it will waive the $45 application fee. Again, we need your transcripts sent in, and if you took the SATs, we would need those scores. Most of the time, they're on the transcripts. We're not doing on-campus visits right now. We're basically closed except for the students and those of us that work on campus. So we're not having anything on campus. We do have some nice virtual campus tours available on our site. If you go to stevenscollege.edu and go to tours, I'd urge you to do that. You can still see a lot of what the campus looks like. You can look at various shops. Excellent way just to get a feel for the school until we open back up again. When we do open back up again, we have shadowing, we have open houses. The open house this fall, which will be in November, is a virtual open house. That date is November the 15th, and that information will be up shortly on our website, but I urge you to do that too. Okay, I'm going to get back to this. I don't know if there's any questions or not. I think this is being recorded, so I guess that wouldn't, we wouldn't have any questions there. I hope you heard me okay the whole time.
Yep, it sounded pretty good to me.
Good. Good. So if when you share this with students, any questions at all,